The DEA will show officers how to best conduct overdose death investigations.
Meth and fentanyl were found inside. Multiple people have been detained.
A good portion of the war on drugs is fought house to house. It's over $1 million and nearly 500 kilos of cocaine.
The joint team of DEA and FBI is investigating an industrial facility on the outskirts of El Paso after discovering a number of irregularities that do not match the official function of the building. According to law enforcement sources, the facility is listed as a logistics storage warehouse. However, the administrative and technical data collected over the past few months showed unusual activity patterns, including large amounts of electricity consumption, ventilation systems that operate almost non-stop, and the distribution of industrial chemicals carried out periodically through intermediary companies. Administratively, there are no conspicuous violations. But when all the data is combined, there is a strong indication of unreported activity. The initial investigation began with a cross-agency analysis of logistics and utility records. The facility was recorded to have a significant surge in energy use. Please press the like button and subscribe as your support so that we continue to present reports like this. The combined operation of the DEA and the FBI escalated to a full raid after an investigation confirmed the existence of a hidden facility under an industrial warehouse on the outskirts of El Paso. The authorities called this finding as one of the disclosures of the largest narcotics production facility ever handled in the region. The raid was carried out in the early morning with strict security throughout the perimeter. When the access to the basement was opened, the situation quickly became tense. According to law enforcement sources, a number of individuals in the facility tried to escape through service lines and secondary corridors connected to the area outside the warehouse. When the team entered the lower level, some perpetrators tried to escape. The suspension order was issued repeatedly, said a federal official who knew about the course of the operation. In a security effort, a warning shot was heard when the officers faced resistance and the rapid movement of the perpetrators. There are no reports of casualties from the authorities. Several suspects were successfully secured at the location after a short chase in and around the warehouse complex. Exit access was immediately closed, and the entire area was declared under control in a short time. After the situation is considered safe, further screening is carried out. The apparatus found a network of underground passageways and production rooms with complex ventilation systems and independent temperature control. The facility was reported to be actively operating during the raid. At the location, investigators seized tens of tons of synthetic narcotics, precursor chemicals, assembled firearms, and industrial-scale production equipment. Initial estimates say that the production capacity is very large with an economic value of billions of dollars. In addition, a layered security system was found, internal cameras, sensors, and evacuation routes, which indicated that the operation had been running for a long time and was organized. Secured digital documents and devices lead to a cross-state distribution network. The apparatus emphasized that the current investigation focus is on mapping the network structure and the role of each individual, not just the closure of the facility. Until this report was compiled, the number of suspects detained had not been officially announced. The authorities stated that the forensic identification and analysis process was still ongoing. This operation turned from a silent investigation to a high-risk raid in minutes. If you think the cooperation between DEA and FBI in a precarious situation like this should be appreciated, please like and comment on this video. After the raids and arrests in underground facilities, federal investigators are now focusing on one major question: how can an operation in the production of narcotics of this magnitude run for so long without being detected by law enforcement officers? Based on the initial analysis of the evidence, the investigator concluded that the success of the operation did not lie in strength or hardness, but in the design of the system that looked normal on the surface. The facility is administratively registered as a legitimate logistics warehouse with distribution flows, utility payments, and documentation that meet basic compliance standards. "There is not a single transaction that looks suspicious if viewed separately," said a federal official involved in the further investigation. The problem only arises when all the data is put together. Investigation shows that this operation is built with the principle of risk fragmentation. Chemicals are shipped in small volumes through many intermediary companies. High electricity consumption is disguised as an industrial cooling need. The ventilation system is designed to remove heat and chemical odors without triggering environmental sensors around the location. Underground, the facility functions as a closed unit. Production, packaging, and distribution preparation are carried out at the same location. This reduces the need to move goods and minimizes the possibility of being detected at transportation points. Investigators also found that internal security is the key to the continuity of operations. Evacuation routes, undercover rooms, and emergency procedures have been prepared to deal with the possibility of raids. The escape attempt that occurred during the operation showed that the perpetrators had an emergency scenario, although in the end it failed. According to the authorities, these findings indicate that the operation does not stand alone, but is part of a modern model of organized crime, combining administrative camouflage, industrial technology, and legal logistics to support illegal activities.